Hello and thank you for joining me today. You don't know who I am, but that doesn't matter. My identity is not important. What's important is the peanut butter and the jelly. Today I'm going to show you how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. First, let's talk about our supplies. If you'll notice, I used a paper towel instead of a plate because the cleanup is a lot easier. You just roll the paper towel into a ball and throw it into the garbage, whereas a plate you would need to wash. I also used knives instead of spoons because knives roll the peanut butter and jelly across the bread, whereas a spoon tends to smash the peanut butter and jelly into the bread, leaving the bread flatter than it should be. Now, onto our ingredients. For the bread, I used plain white bread because others, such as wheat and rye, take away from the natural flavor of the peanut butter and the jelly. For the peanut butter, I used Kroger's creamy peanut butter. It's similar to Skippy, except it has a hint of molasses, which adds an extra sweetness to the concoction. For jelly, I used Welch's Concord grape jelly. I tend to find grape jelly to be better than most jellies. It just has that taste that goes along with peanut butter. Now I'm going to show you how to put it all together. First, you want to gather your supplies, which I have already done. It doesn't really matter which one you use first, the peanut butter or the jelly. I like to use the peanut butter first. I don't know why. Most peanut butters that you use will tend to separate after a while, which is one good reason you use a knife, because you can stir the peanut butter up and it mixes it all nice, makes it creamy, and it doesn't leave that oil on the top. Now, you want to try to scoop it if you use a knife. Spoons you don't really need to worry about. And then you just want to roll it onto the bread. You can use as much as you want, but I like to use a little bit less than most people because peanut butter already has a strong taste. Now, you want to try and get it as smooth as possible. It just makes the sandwich taste better. Put any excess peanut butter back in the jar. Save it for later. Now onto the jelly. You do the same thing, except when you pull the jelly out of the jar, you have to sort of slice it and then coax it out almost. Now it looks like I might have gotten a little too much. So I try to spread out what I need, and then I will do the same with the jelly as I did with the peanut butter. Put any excess back in the jar and save it for later. This will help you make more sandwiches because you have more peanut butter to use and you also have more jelly to use. Well, it looks like I have just the right amount of jelly. The jelly doesn't have to be perfectly smooth, unlike the peanut butter, because jelly doesn't matter as much. Now for the tricky part. When you put the sandwich together, it may seem like a daunting task at first. I tend to use the peanut butter side first. You want to pick it up, you place the edges so that they meet evenly, and then quickly you want to flip the peanut butter over onto the jelly. You can worry about aligning it later, as I am doing now. And there you have it, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Tasty.